So for the final part of our measurement and data unit, we are converting units of capacity that are metric. And our capacity is like a volume, how much something can hold. And our metric units are milliliters, so that's about the amount in an eyedropper, into liters, which is kind of those large water bottles. So this is somewhat similar to quarts and pints, kind of in between those. A dripping faucet wastes about 90 liters of water every week. How many milliliters of water is this? So we're taking 90 liters, and because milliliters is smaller, we're multiplying. So we're going to multiply, and once again it's metric, so we're factors of 10, and our conversion unit is 1,000. So we're taking 90 and we're multiplying by 1,000. Once again, we can use our placeholder system where we just look at the base facts, and we see 9 times 1, and then we can count our placeholder zeros. That's knowing that every 0 is another factor of 10, so like multiplying by 10. You can also, if you feel more comfortable, multiply 0 times 0 times 0 times 0 times 1, and then put in your placeholder 0 and multiply 9 times 0, 9 times 0, 9 times 0, 9 times 1, and add those two numbers together, and you'll still get 90,000. So 90 liters is the same as 90,000 milliliters. So a dripping faucet wastes 90,000 milliliters, so that's like 90,000 eyedroppers full of liquid every week. So next, a container of orange juice holds 580 milliliters. How many liters is 580 milliliters? Well, we know 1 liter is 1,000 milliliters. So we know it's not even going to be a full liter. So we're going to divide 580 by 1,000. When we do that, I notice that when you divide by 1,000, you can always move the decimal point. So instead of doing my long division and putting the 580 in here, getting the 1,000 out here and saying it goes in 0 times, having nothing to subtract, getting a remainder and ending up with the same thing, or trying to make it into a fraction and then convert, it's easiest to know that there's an invisible decimal place at the end of the 580. So we can draw on that decimal place. And our dividing by 1,000 is like moving that decimal place 3 times to the left. So it goes 1, 2, 3. Then I can put my decimal place in my new spot, 580. So it's 0.58, and you can put the 0 on at the end, but you don't need to. But I'll put it just so it's clear. 0. So 580 milliliters is like 580 thousandths of a liter, or 58 hundredths of a liter. The container holds 0.580 liters of orange juice. I would like you to try out problems 1 through 4 and then pause the video so you can give those a shot, and then we'll go over the answers. Okay, are you ready? So we got 6 liters going to milliliters. We're going from large unit to small unit, so we're multiplying. 6 times 1,000 is 6,000. So 6 liters equals 6,000 milliliters. 4 liters going to milliliters. Once again, large unit to small unit, so we're multiplying. 4 times 1,000 is 4,000 milliliters equals 4 liters. Now we're going from small unit to large unit, so we're going to divide 7,000 divided by 1,000 will get us 7 liters is the same as 7,000 milliliters. And finally, 42 milliliters going to liters. We're going from small unit, even though this is a small number, we need to divide it. So it's like taking our decimal place at the end of 42. We move it over 1, 2, 3 spots because we're dividing by 1,000. And then we fill in that hole with a 0 because it needs it for the place value. So then we have 0.042. You can put a 0 in the front of that if you want. I like the way it looks. keeps it clean and obvious that that's a decimal point. So that's 42 thousandths of a liter is the same as 42 milliliters. So I want you to try out the front and the back of the next page, and you can check the description box below for some of the answers.